everyone, welcome to the next video in the Dream and Design 2025 series. I'm so excited to have you guys here and I'm so glad you've been loving the series. Today's video is all about how to be organized in 2025, how to leave your disorganized era in 2024, okay? I know it can be difficult. I'm currently actually filming in a very unorganized room. I'm in my room at my parents' house and this is my mom's craft supply wall right here that I'm next to, but I loved this new table and so I know I wanted to film here and I wanted to get this video up for you guys because if it's the beginning of 2025 and you're watching this and you're like, okay, how can I get not only my home organized for the new year, but how can I get like my actual life organized? We're not going to be talking about cleaning out cabinets and organizing under your bathroom sink. That's going to be for my home reset video that's coming once I get back to my apartment. This video is going to be all about how to organize your actual life. So we're going to be talking my planning system, my wall calendar system. We're going to be talking about setting up a budget for managing your finances. We're going to talk about how I keep my business organized. We're going to be talking about digital organization as well, and just how to feel less overwhelmed by everything that's happening in your life. I am not actually like a type A super organized person. You may think that I am just because I own a stationery business and this is goal setting and kind of this is my whole brand, but it actually takes a lot of effort for me to stay organized. And that's why I feel like maybe I'm a good person to make this type of video because I've tried a lot of systems and none of them really seem to work until I found the system that I use today. I'm so excited for this video. Comment down below if you've been enjoying this series so far or what your favorite video from the series has been so far. And let's just go ahead and jump into my systems and processes. Okay, so first we're going to talk about overall life organization and we're going to start with your days because I feel like if you have an organized day, you're going to have an organized week and then an organized month and then an organized life. So my favorite way to organize and plan my days is of course using the daily planner that I designed and created. This isn't, I promise, going to be one whole ad. I'm actually going to show you guys how I use this. And if you are interested in getting a new planner for 2025, I'm going to have the link below along with a discount code because if you guys are watching the series, you're going to get a discount code. But this is the daily planner. This is an unopened one. This is in our pearl color, which is one of the best-selling. This is actually the best-selling color. And so when you receive it, it's going to have this little flap here that tells you like everything that's in the planner. We also have a few other colors as well, which I'll show you. I currently use the coffee colored one. But when you do receive it, you can just take this little piece of paper off and get to it. This is 6 months undated. So as you can see, this doesn't say January 2025. You can start this whenever. So if you're watching this video in the spring, in the fall, in the summer, you can start this planner and get the most out of it. But if you are starting in January, you just fill in the dates for yourself. And then there's even monthly goal setting, monthly reflection pages. I just went over how to use these in my goals reset video. So if you haven't seen that, you can go check that out. Why we're talking about this in this video is because this is the daily planning page. And like I said, this is how I keep my days organized. It has everything you need to plan your day and nothing you don't. I don't want it to be overwhelming, and that's why I created this planner just to be a daily planner. Like everything is on one page. You can use the spot that you need, don't use the spots you don't need, but I feel like there's just enough and not too much. I feel like some planners have so much content in them that it can be very, very overwhelming, especially to someone who's maybe new to planning or planning out each day. And so up here at the top, you of course write in the date, circle the day of the week. That's always fun. You can have an intention for each day. For example, it could be a word, it could be like adventure or productive, or it could be a quote or just like a focus for the day. Some days it's like, for me, I just want to check off my to-do list in this many hours, or I want to have fun with friends, or I want to take care of Spruce. Like I kind of just think about, okay, what is the overall arching theme or intention for the day and write it there. Spot for 3 habits. This is where I normally put my daily habits that I'm working on. Again, in our goal setting video, we have our habit goals that I talked about. This is where you can add those in to make sure you're fitting time in for them. So like journaling, going on my daily walk, or working out, and then usually getting enough protein in are 3 habits that I'm constantly thinking about day to day. And so just having them here makes me be like, okay, have I checked these off? Yes or no? Great, moving on. Priorities. So your top 3 priorities for the day, these are going to be like the must-dos on your to-do list. Like you cannot end your work day unless you accomplish these priorities. And then you have a to-do list with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to-do list spots plus your 3 priorities. So a total of 13 to-dos. And some people are like, oh, I have a much longer to-do list. You can continue writing in the thoughts and ideas section, but also I would implore you to think about your to-do list and if you're trying to fit too much in a day, if your like to-do list is expanding past this page. Maybe just reflect and be like, am I committed to too much right now? But then you have your gratitude, a spot where you can write what you're thankful for each day. Down here at the bottom, we love that. We know practicing gratitude daily is such a good habit to get into, so that's built in. A little reminder spot where if like I need to run by the grocery store or the post office, I'll write that down there so that every time I look at my planner page, I'm reminded. It's kind of separate from my work to-do list. Thoughts and ideas can be just like jotting down something. If I need to like do a quick calculation and I need to write down a number, I put it here, or like someone's username that I'm looking up while I'm editing. Like I will just use this space. It's kind of like a brain dump throughout my day. And then the time blocking section is all along this right column. If you've never time blocked before, this is a great way to be organized in your day. Like this is probably my number one tip for being productive and feeling organized in your day, because if you wake up, especially if you like work for yourself or you want to work for yourself in 2025, not having a planned day from work, like when I go into the office, I know I maybe have certain meetings that I have to work around, but when I work fully for myself and I wake up and there's no schedule, I learned very quickly I had to create those boundaries and that daily outline for my schedule. Otherwise you wake up and it's like an abyss and you're like, what the heck do I do? Do I have enough time to do everything on my list today? I feel so overwhelmed. And I find that a lot of the mornings when I wake up anxious or overwhelmed or worried about my day and my to-do list, as soon as I put it down and plan it out on this page, I immediately feel better because I see it. I have a plan of attack and I don't feel like, oh, there's not enough time in the day, or I don't have a full day, because I plan it out by the hour in my time blocking section. So you write down the time of day. This is blank as well, so it's fully customizable to your schedule. If you work nights, if you work odd hours, if you wake up at 4 a.m., if you wake up at 10 a.m., you can start your day at whatever time, end it at whatever time. And you write in the time of the day. There's also these little half marks through here, which is your 30-minute mark. So if you want to write down 2 things in an hour, you can do that. And you fill in basically when you're going to do each task or each habit or whatever's on your left side of the page. So that is the daily planning tool that I use to really feel organized throughout my life every day, every weekday. I don't really do this for my weekends, but every weekday. Like I said, if you want a daily planner for yourself, we are having a sale right now. It's such a great investment in yourself. And honestly, guys, these are so high quality. People, you can read the reviews. It's a linen hardcover, spiral binding, gold foil, embossing on the front and back. And the paper is so nice and thick, very little bleed through. It's a high quality planner, and honestly, it is not as expensive as some of these planners I'm seeing in like Anthropologie and stuff. Some of these people are charging like $65 for a planner, and I'm just like, no, I'm not about that. So you can get it at a discount. That is the promo here. Now I want to talk about how I plan out my months and my year using the brand new wall calendar, which is also a Dream Daily product, but we sold out of them. So I'm so sorry you cannot purchase them anymore. It was in collaboration with my mom, this wall calendar, and I'm gonna start filling it out to see my whole year at a glance. And I feel like this is so amazing for myself to visualize my year and see how much time I'm putting into work, how much I'm putting into my relationships, how much I'm putting into hobbies, but also to visualize for others. Like if I have a friend come in and I'm like, okay, we wanna take a girls trip, let's look at this huge calendar and figure out a time when we both can go. Or like my mom loves to see my year-long calendar to see when I'm busy, when I'm free. And so if you have a family, it's awesome for that, where everyone can just like see everything at a glance for the whole year. There's no random questions. What are we doing this weekend? When's our vacation? I don't remember. Like it's all laid out on the wall. So that is the ultimate reason why my mom wanted to do it. But it's a really great tool. And again, I'm so sorry it's sold out, but let's transition over there and you guys can see how I'm filling out this year-long wall calendar. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how I organize my life and plan out my year on the brand new Dream Daily Year of Spectacular wall calendar. I was really excited to share this with you guys, and I was even going to create a bundle of products that included this calendar along with like the planner and the journal. But you guys sold out this calendar, specifically TikTok sold out this calendar within the past week. Like literally on Christmas Eve, we ran out of calendars. And so if you did buy it, I'm gonna show you how I use it. And if you don't have it, you can always get like a whiteboard or you kind of create your own. Here is how I like to look at my year at a glance. So I use my planner for daily and monthly planning, which we went over. But now let's look at the whole year at a glance. So this is dry erase. It's a dry erase board. But how my mom uses it is she gets these, I think 2 by 1 1.5-inch sticky notes, and she puts these on here to kind of color code it and to move things around easy. So it's not just all like dry erase on here. It looks really cool when it's done. I'm going to show you guys how to do it, and we're going to work through this together. We recommend getting these sticky notes. They're these little neutral colored sticky notes, gorgeous colors. We got them on Amazon. I will link these below. You can still purchase these, and like neutral color dry erase markers. And we choose like 3 to 4 priorities for your year. So like my mom's were relationships, learning, wellness, dates, one big goal, trips, and daily wins. She has a little sticker here for her daily wins, which I kept up there. I decided, I'm still figuring out a few of mine, but I think one of mine is going to be obviously trips. I love, like, this calendar is perfect for planning out your big trips, because I feel like that's the thing that's easiest to forget about, but you usually probably plan those more in advance than other things in your life. So this is great to see when you'll be traveling, when you'll be home. And so anytime I have a trip, I'm going to use the blue post note on the calendar. And then I also put relationships. So for me, this could be visiting home. This could mean getting a coffee date with a friend, going on an actual date, we'll see. And so just like working on building those relationships. And then we have work events. This is something that I'm prioritizing because for social media and content creation, there's a lot of like influencer events that I find myself needing to go to and whatnot, and that helps me network in that industry. And then also for my Be Amazing job, and they have a few work events for them this year as well. I think my other one is going to be wellness. I don't have a ton of wellness things planned yet for the year, but for me, this is more than just working out, going to sauna or doing like the float therapy that I like to do. Actually, I'm not going to call it wellness. I'm going to call it hobbies, because it could be wellness things like saunaing and whatnot, but I also want it to be like golfing, pickleball, doing pottery, going to a musical, like things that are helping me live a very cultured life and not just being work or fun related, but like good hobbies as well. I mean, they are fun, but that's what we're gonna make this green color, which kind of blends in with the color of the calendar. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on my Google Calendar and see what I have for this year so far. We're gonna start with trips because, like I said, that's one of the easiest ones for me, just because I already have a lot of those planned out. So I know, okay, our first month is January. I know at the end of January, I already bought my flights for the 23rd, the 24th, all the way through Sunday the 26th. I am gonna be in Charleston for my friend Amanda's birthday, her 25th birthday. She's moving to Charleston. We're gonna go see her. So I'm gonna write Charleston here, but Charleston, if I misspelled it, I'll rewrite it later. February, I don't have anything, but I know I have a Galentine's work event on the 15th. I'm gonna be doing a pop-up for Dream Daily. And then over here, I'm actually gonna write in Valentine's. Okay, then I know in March, I'm not gonna do this for the whole year, but I'm just showing you guys how I kind of do it. Then in March, I know I'm gonna have probably a work event / fun trip. I'm kind of hoping to make 2 of it here. So we're gonna get our 2 different colors. On the 8th, I have a wedding to go to. So I'm going to put my relationship sticker, because that's for a friend, and write in her wedding. So then when it comes to maybe like more like the relationship ones or the hobbies ones, things where I can't just plan it out so far in advance, I maybe think like, okay, I know I'm gonna have a big like work event this weekend. So maybe the following weekend, I wanna do something with hobbies, and the weekends are highlighted in the white squares. And so maybe I'm like, okay, I know this weekend, this Saturday, I should play golf or do something like that. So anyway, I'm gonna continue filling this out over the next few days. It's gonna take some time to like really look at my year, especially like past the first 3 months. Obviously that's the easiest to plan, but we're gonna look past it as well. Also, what's amazing about this is you add to it throughout the year. So this stays up on your wall for the whole year. You're gonna have it all color coded and nice looking. And then throughout the year, as plans change or things, what's again great about the sticky notes is you can move them, or what's great about it being dry erase is you can make plans. You can write my big goal for the year up at the top, and then if it changes, you can erase and continue on. That's why we added a lot of this empty space up here, because we made a little key. Forgot to say that's what that's called. We made a little key for our sticky notes. And also you can add notes. You can put reminders here, favorite quote, whatever you want here at the top before you get to planning. So this is a huge calendar too. It's 3 feet by 4 feet. So get a big one on your wall, and it's a great way to like plan your whole year looking at it in advance. Okay. Okay, so now that we've talked about like planning our days, our months, our year, let's talk about other areas of our life that we may want to be organized in 2025. The next one is going to be finances. How I organize my finances, as you guys probably know, I have a monthly budget template that I got off of Etsy that I fill out every month. And if you want more in-depth details on how I budget, check out any of my monthly budget with me's and you'll see the template. You'll see kind of how I categorize everything, what I spent. Maybe I'll do a breakdown of the budgeting template as well. It's not one that I created, but I use that budget, and to make it quicker and easier because no one wants to write in each transaction that they made in a month. So I'm not writing in this spreadsheet every transaction. What I do is I put all of my spending, I would say 90% of my spending, on a credit card. I have a business credit card. I actually have 2 business credit cards, 1 personal credit card. The personal credit card I use is a Chase Sapphire Preferred. I love it. I love my points. That also makes me feel organized when I can pay for flights and stuff with points whenever I travel. But I put pretty much, like I said, 90% of my spending on this credit card. I think the only personal expenses that I don't have on here are the ones I make through my Target debit card, my red card. But I will add those in at the end of the month. But 90% of my purchases are on this personal credit card. And what makes it so amazing is the Chase Sapphire Preferred app allows me to go in and see each spending category and gives me summaries. And so all I do is take the summaries from this app. I go in and make sure they have the transactions in each place, but it automatically looks like, oh, you went to Trader Joe's. That transaction is going to be put in your grocery folder. And so I don't have to go in and be like, Trader Joe's plus Kroger plus Publix are my groceries. Like, the Chase app is smart and helps me categorize it. So see if your bank or your credit card app has a system like that. If you're looking for one, like I said, I love my Chase Sapphire. But I just take the summaries from the app and then put it into my monthly budget sheet. And that helps me see overall what I'm spending, where I need to spend less, where I need to spend more. Again, I'm not going to go into detail on this because I do that every month in my Budget With Me videos. But if you're wanting to start budgeting or budgeting more, being better about your budget and spending habits in 2025, definitely check out some of my financial videos. A financial reset video is coming. And like I said, my monthly Budget With Me's have it all there for you guys. The other thing that helps me so much with having the budgeting spreadsheet is tracking and being organized with my income. Being self-employed, this is like one of the most important things because for so long I just didn't know how much I was making a month. I know that's kind of crazy, but like as soon as I graduated college, was living on my own, paying for all my expenses, I was like, I need to figure out like how much I have coming in each month, how much I have going out each month, because also with content creator, brand partnerships, you may not get paid for 30 to 60 to 90 days after that contract is up and the content is up. So you have to make sure like, yes, I've technically made, let's just say a couple $100s from this brand deal, but I'm not going to see that money for 3 months. So do I have enough money in my bank account to cover me till I get paid from that? So on and so forth. So if you're self-employed, you have contracts like this, you know the deal, and it's just so good to be organized with your money so you're not frantically scraping by being like, wait, I haven't been paid for this big brand deal yet. I quickly figured out how to be organized and how to know how much I was making each month and then how much I was spending each month if I was going to have enough for future months. And I do all of that in this budgeting spreadsheet. So making sure I'm keeping track of money I make through my brand deals, my affiliate links, Dream Daily, how much am I going to pay myself that month from Dream Daily, if any, how much I'm making through my part-time content creator job, how much I got paid through YouTube AdSense. Like I have so many different streams of income. I probably have like 5 or 6 at this point. And so I keep track of all of those in this spreadsheet as well. I don't share my income side of the spreadsheet with you guys. That's maybe something I don't know if I'm going to start doing or not, just a little more personal, but I do keep all of that tracked in there as well. And of course, for taxes, I have to know how much I made off my self-employed budget because I physically have to take that money out every month. It doesn't come out of my payments by itself. Again, if you're self-employed, you know all these things, but very important. Speaking of business and work, let's transition into things I do to help me stay organized in my business or while working for myself. So like I said, I do have a personal credit card that I use for all my personal expenses, and I have 2 business credit cards. My favorite one is my American Express Gold business card. I will link that one below as well. It's been great to me so far. I actually have like 160,000 points, I think, saved up on that card. So I think I can pay for almost all of my flights for 2025, despite maybe if we go to Europe, I don't know. But I think I can pay for majority of my flights this year just with points. And so that's like a goal for me, is to not really pay for a flight this year. We'll see if that works. I love credit card points. I got into that like a few years ago when I started getting all these credit cards. Again, be responsible. I pay them off every month. So I'm not going into any credit card debt. But because I'm already making these purchases, especially big business purchases, like maybe a new laptop, a new camera, I need to keep track of those so that I can write them off on my taxes. And so what I do to keep organized for taxes, and tax season is sadly coming up, is QuickBooks Online. I have 2 accounts, one for my content, one for Dream Daily, and I categorize all my expenses and transactions there. I actually have a video where I take you into my QuickBooks. I show you how I categorize everything. I show you how much I spent in a month in my business. And so if you have a business, you're interested in seeing that, maybe you need a little motivation to go into your QuickBooks, you can check out that video. I will link it below as well. The next thing I do for my business kind of at the start of the year is I will go into Google Drive and just kind of gather any tax documents I need. Meaning in Google Drive, I'll make a folder that says like 2024 tax documents. And whenever I get a form from my management or from YouTube or from Shopify or any of these places that I have to report my earnings from, I will put them all into that folder so that come April or before April, I give them to my accountant and it's all together. So that's something I do at the beginning of the year. Something that's not related to finances with business is I love reformatting my cards and my camera equipment and also like my Final Cut Pro. So I have an external hard drive that I edit all my videos off of in Final Cut Pro. And so that can sometimes, even though it has like 1 terabyte, it takes so much memory to edit a YouTube video. And so I will go into Final Cut Pro, delete any files I no longer need, reformat, erase all those things from my cameras as well, reformatting my cards. I got a brand new camera, so figuring out that, and yeah, just making sure all my equipment for my business is up to date, is if the software needs updated, doing all of that kind of stuff, and just making sure it's good to go fresh for a new year. And I think that brings us into the digital organization. So like with cameras, when I am transferring content from my phone, my camera to my laptop, at the start of the year, I'm always really good about having specific folders for that content or those downloads or things like that. I get kind of disorganized as the year progresses, I'm not gonna lie, but at least at the start of the year, I like to go into my desktop, delete anything I don't need, organize my folders, organize my downloads. I also go into Daisy Disk. This is my favorite thing ever, guys. I believe there's a free version, but it's worth the paid version as well, just because, especially if you feel like you don't have a lot of storage on your computer. I found this a few years ago when I had my old laptop and there was no space and I was trying to edit YouTube videos and I kept getting stuck. I found this app called Daisy Disk and I was like, let me go into this. All right, so I just pulled it up and it says here in my Macintosh, I only have 5 gigabytes of space because actually it's been telling me that my computer hard drive's almost full. So all I do is I press scan. It'll also do this for external hard drives as well, but for my main hard drive, it's gonna scan and it's gonna tell me where all of the space is being taken up, what it's taking up by, what are my biggest files. It's really, really cool. So if you're into cleaning out your computer, you just get this tool. It's the best thing. So here I am in users. Okay, here's my main computer. Movies, these are going to be, yep, Final Cut Pro, 180 gigabytes in my backups and my untitled folder. So I know that I need to go in there and clean some stuff up in Final Cut Pro. But let's go into downloads. It's going to tell me, okay, this vlog is one of my biggest downloads at 9 gigabytes. And all I could do is just drag and drop here and it is going to be collected. And then we can start, like these are all videos that I really don't need here. Well, let's keep that one for now. And then what you do is it tells you how many gigabytes are collected. Like you can go into caches, Google, Adobe, cache, all of this. And then when you want to delete these, it'll have it all right here and you just press delete and it's deleting it. So now I'm going to save 17 gigabytes of space in my computer. It was that easy. You don't have to like search through your entire computer. Daisy Disk will scan it for you. Yay, I freed up 17.5 gigabytes on my disk. So anyway, that is my favorite tool for the digital declutter on your computer. And then when it comes to my phone, I usually do this on planes. Actually, I never buy the Wi-Fi on planes because I either am reading or what I'll do is I will go through, listen to music and delete photos from my phone. So I think I'm taking a trip in January. Actually, I am, as you saw, to Charleston. And so I'll go on the plane and in that time when I have no Wi-Fi, I will go through and delete any duplicates of photos, any screenshots that I no longer need, and just free up space on my phone as well. This is also a great time of year to set a new lock screen. So if you didn't watch my goals reset video, then you don't know that I created a new vision board for the year and I always like making my vision board my desktop screen and sometimes my phone lock screen as well. And so it's a great time of year to clean up your phone, get it fixed. I need to get my screen fixed, get a new case for your phone so it feels fresh, maybe feels like a new phone, set a new lock screen and organize your apps, all of that fun stuff. Okay, and I think that brings us to the end of this video, how to organize your life. Like I said, not the physical aspects, we're gonna get into that in my home reset, but all of the mental and digital aspects of our life that I feel like sometimes can feel the most overwhelming. Like if I open my computer and it's a mess and there's tons of stuff on my desktop and everything's stressing me out, I have too many tabs open, like I'm gonna feel stressed. And so I feel like having your digital and mental space feel organized and like you're prepared for the year, it's just it feels so nice. And so I love doing this with you guys, sharing my tips. Let me know if any of these resonate with you, if you're gonna do a little organization in your life, and let me know if you have any questions about the Dream Daily products, this series. We still have a few more videos to go, and I haven't mentioned it in this video, but if you didn't know, I have a Notion page that's kind of like a mini website for this whole series. So if you're interested in that, I am going to link it below, and you can find all the videos in this series. You can follow along, add your vision board to it, all that stuff. So it's really fun, inspiring little place on the internet that I'm going to link in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the quality of the mic, of the camera. I really hope my hair hitting this is fine, but we'll see, I guess, in this video. And thank you guys so much for watching and engaging with this series. I hope you guys have had an amazing start to 2025. All right, I'll see you in my next video.